Well, welcome to the show, everybody. Sean Palmer's over here. Seth Kamen's over there. Happy early Thanksgiving.
Happy early Thanksgiving.
Happy early Thanksgiving. And today, I am coming to you from Arizona. I believe Seth is in the lovely confines of Franklin Lakes. So
Where else would he be?
I don't know. I mean, you never know with Seth Kamens. Where in the world is Seth Kamens? Could be anywhere from Franklin Lakes to Livingston, New Jersey. I mean,
Yeah, that 30-minute run is really changes the way I see things.
It's a very short window, and for me, yes, I am wearing a Syracuse shirt because it's the only thing that's clean in my suitcase right now as I am doing laundry. But I can't really say that I am. Look, I'm proud to be an alumnus, but this last week, Seth, has been a very difficult week to be an alumnus and a fan of Syracuse sports.
Well, in case you didn't see our score from last night, it hasn't been much better for us. The only our best saving grace is that a gold medalist in track and field, Quincy Wilson, who's 16, committed to Maryland. And we did get a top 10 recruit
for today.
Basketball.
As we know, these are only for today. This may change.
Apparently, we're offering them
2 minutes.
It's so typical. He's from Maryland. His father owns a business in Maryland. His two sisters go to Maryland. It's such a logical fit, and we're giving him $1.9 million.
So, first of all, Syracuse goes 0-4 this week in total. I saw 3 out of the 4 games. Obviously, it did not matter that I wasn't there today to see Iowa State kick the crap out of us 95-64.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, let's go through this, shall we? So, okay. For those that are unaware, I had I would say a bucket list weekend. It was good.
It was pretty cool.
It was a pretty cool travel weekend. So Friday we started with going to Chicago, hooked up with some good friends, Jason Henry and Adam Cohen and Casey Moffitt in Chicago, and then Saturday morning make my way to South Bend, Indiana, where if you haven't been to South Bend, Indiana, that is the home of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And the campus is awesome. The campus is just beautiful. It was 40 degrees, sunny skies. Couldn't have asked for a better November day. But all bundled up. Saw a touchdown Jesus. Even the Jew posed with touchdown Jesus. Like,
hey, I dated a Jew from Touchdown Jesus.
So I mean, when you're in South Bend, you do things that people in South Bend do. And then within 3 minutes, Syracuse is down 21-0. It is the first time in NCAA history, Seth, that a team gave up 3 touchdowns without ever touching the ball without the offense. Sorry, it's the first time in NCAA history that a team is up 21-0 and not have an offensive touchdown. Syracuse gives up a pick six, then a pick six, then a punt block for a touchdown, all within the first 3 minutes of the game. And they are down 21-0 3 minutes into the game. And when I told my cousin that Syracuse was down 21-0 in the first quarter, they said, wow, that basketball team stinks. Not realizing that you could actually be down 21-0 in the first 3 minutes of a game in football. It does happen. So they go on to lose 70-7.
They did.
Demoralizing. I mean, look, Notre Dame is very good. They are a very good team. This is a team that could win a national championship. They can. I don't think they will. First, they got to make it into the playoff. But I think they could. This is a legit team. This is not the Brian Kelly team of like 4 or 5 years ago where they were there by token. This is not a token team. Their running back is a legit Heisman Trophy candidate in Love. Their team is big, they're fast, and they're effective. All right. So from there, I go to Las Vegas and go to the game that everybody was tuning into on Sunday, the Cleveland Browns versus the in one of the most inept offensive performances I've ever seen. Shedeur Sanders, yes, he won his first start. Congratulations. I think he completed like 6 passes. This was Contarius Junkins, whatever his first name is, Quentin Junkins. His coming out party and Dylan Sampson had like a 60-yard run. Or it's the demise of Geno Smith more than anything else, as Geno did absolutely nothing. And could the Raiders be the next Falcons? That's another question for another day. But I think they're well on their way, as the Athletic article pointed out yesterday.
I was going to say that I read that in either ESPN or the Athletic. I forgot which one.
Great article if you're looking for it. And then in Las Vegas, I go see Syracuse lose to Houston, which is a really good game in basketball. Then Syracuse lose to Kansas yesterday, and then Syracuse loses to Iowa State today. 0 for 4 in the week.
Yeah, I can't match that. We were 1-2 this week.
And the Jets lost. And the Jets lost. I mean,
I'm not talking even about the Jets or the Giants. I mean, the Giants did the same thing. You know, they're close. They cover. They're winning with 5 minutes to go. They lose. It kind of feels like a broken record. I mean,
well, hold on. So I just wanted to keep. I know this is probably more air than we need to speak to on a Cleveland Browns and Las Vegas Raiders game, but let me ask you this: what do you think the over/under was in Vegas for that game? Because I bet on it, so I want you to know. Want to see if you know.
36.
Spot on. 36. I bet the over. Because why would you not bet the over on an 18-18 game? And they scored 34.
Well,
the stadium's nice.
At least on the bright side, you went to Vegas. So
the bright side, I went to Vegas. The bright side, I saw the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere, which is really cool. Had a good time at a couple of bars. Had some good food. Yeah, overall, it was a pretty good trip. And now I'm in Arizona with my family, so good times indeed. And get to watch some Thanksgiving games tomorrow, which I'm actually really looking forward to. And on the brighter side, the Seth and Sean Sports Radio team is now 11-1. I think you froze. Did you freeze? Oh, I froze. Did I freeze?
Okay, I'm back up.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry.
Yeah. So on the no, now he's gone. Now he's really gone. Let's wait and see if he comes back. But on the brighter side, we are 11-1. Up, he's back. On the brighter side, the Seth and Sean Sports Radio fantasy team is now 11-1, raking it through. And I'm not sure we're the favorites anymore, given the trades that one Nabate Isles has made. Congratulations. Good trades. Very good trades. But who knows? And we get to see the return of maybe the savior of our team in Joe Burrow tomorrow.
How can be no. How can we be 11-1 and need a savior? Our problem is we don't have a wide receiver.
But we get Debo back.
Yeah, but Jordan Addison gave us 0.
I know, so we're going to play but Darnell Mooney gave us 17. So now we play Moody, Debo, and JSN.
Is there any chance Garrett Wilson comes back this season?
Let me put it this way. There is no reason for Joe Burrow to be playing tomorrow. None. 0. This team is not going to make the playoffs. There is no reason. So if Joe Burrow can come back, Garrett Wilson can sure as hell come back. So there's always a chance. But I don't see it. And truth be told, as a Jets fan, if I'm keeping Garrett Wilson and I'm not trading him, which they're not going to, I don't want him to come back. There's no need for him to come back. I am shocked that Joe Burrow is playing this week. Shocked. If I'm a Bengals fan, I'm saying why? Why put him through it? Why even risk the fact that there could be some other problem? And but I did see that JJ McCarthy is now in concussion protocol. My surprise is that he hasn't had a concussion all year the way he's been playing. So, I mean, I really thought that he did. Overall, you know,
talking about the guy we kept, right?
The guy we kept. Look, we don't do well on keeping players. It seems that way, right? I mean, every year we keep a guy, and every year that guy turns out to be a bum. So this year it was JJ. I think last year we kept the guy on IR all year. One year, Jordan Love, and then we didn't play him, and then we lost him the next year. And so, I mean, we have a tendency to find keepers, but we don't have a tendency to keep keepers and keep guys. I mean, Garrett Wilson was a keeper this year too.
He was.
He will not be a keeper next year.
He will not.
He will not. He will not. Okay. So moving on. So your Giants are looking for a coach. Mike Kafka is not that guy. At least to me, he's not that guy. Can you explain to me why Jackson Dart is even playing the rest of the year?
To get him experience. I mean, look, they have a decent offensive line, which is the first time I've said that in 5 years. We have a coach who we hope is not going to run him, and he needs to get the experience. So that's why.
Okay.
I'm fine with it either way. Look, the team, we're looking at 4-13. We're looking at a top 5 pick, which we should probably trade to you guys because you'll probably win your last 2 games because you're the Jets and that's what you do. But there are so many teams that need quarterbacks. And even if it's not, we both know, even if it's not a great quarterback draft, people want, you're going to have Mendoza, you're going to have Dante Moore, you're going to have Ty Simpson. People are going to trade up for this. It's just the way it is. And the Giants, who do need, we need a complete and utter reboot. Everybody should be gone. And I like Kafka. I don't think he's done anything wrong. I didn't love the going for it on 4th down but I understood. And, you can't depend. Look, this has been the Giants' year. They lose on a 59-yard field goal for all intents and purposes. Because once it went overtime, you knew they were going to lose. We've lost 6 games that we've been leading with 5 minutes to go. You look at Kansas City last year; they were 11-0 in 1-possession games. They're 0-6. They're 1-6 this year. And the rest schedule. And by no means am I comparing them to Kansas City, but the law of averages is this isn't going to happen next year. They'll be healthier running back, healthier wide receiver. Look, we need help, but there's upside. This is a team that people are going to want to coach. So it's just a question of who the right fit is, whether it's a boring recyclable like a Mike McCarthy, whether it's a D coordinator like a Chris Shula or an Amarito from Indianapolis. I don't think we're going for a college coach. We'll see. I don't have an opinion yet. I think it's all going to be based upon, the week after the Super Bowl or the week after Week 18, when we see, does Raheem Morris keep his job? Does Zach Taylor keep his job? And then you make judgments based on that and what the best positions are that are out there, best coaching jobs that are out there. Right now, there's only 2.
Yeah. I mean, look, and as much as Jets fans say that Aaron Glenn, this is his fault. This is not his fault. I don't see him being fired. He's not this vacancy. There will not be a vacancy in New York on both sides. It's not going to happen.
No.
There's no way that they fire Aaron Glenn is the prodigal son of New York. He was drafted number 9 out of Texas A&M. He played for the Jets. He's not getting fired after 1 year. That's not happening. It's not happening. Not one bit. Okay.
He will have 2 or 3 years to do something.
Now, we went back and forth between college and the pros, and I want to go back to college for a second. We'll return to the NFL in a moment or two.
Are you happy about your potential chaos?
There is a lot of chaos here. I will tell you. Well, before we get into the chaos, let's talk about the coaches, right? Number one, as much as I hate 70-7, and I do hate 70-7, there is absolutely no way Fran Brown gets a job anywhere right now. He is not. There is no way. Look, I thought that if they put up a decent game against Notre Dame, that Auburn could come running, that Auburn could go get him, because it's a lower end SEC team, which is obviously a better job than Syracuse. But I can only imagine how you sell your fans on a guy that just lost 70-7 on a 3:30 NBC game. I just don't see how that plays. So I think that if there's any silver lining, it's that Fran Brown, if he's not fired by Syracuse, he's not going anywhere.
He's not going to be fired by Syracuse.
Right. And then he's not being poached by anybody else. Like, this is where he is. But we got some serious teams looking for coaches. And even
I
more
think in
on the way.
I think in part that's why Michael Oxley didn't lose his job in Maryland. I think it's twofold. Number one, you have so many teams looking for coaches: Penn State, Florida, LSU, Auburn, Arkansas, UCLA. I think there's a lot. That's a lot of competition in a cycle. I think number two, there's a couple big time recruits that were coming predicated on Michael Oxley being there.
Sure.
Including Zion Ali, who's the number 7 recruit in the country. And he would have left if Oxley left. So that is why I think he has his job, because he can't coach. Like, we've seen this every year. No, he is, I believe, 24 and 3 in September, and something like 5 and 30 in October, November. The same thing every year. I mean, he's had 7 years. It's not like or 6 years. It's not like this is a 1 or 2 year run. We're not going to. But Maryland, there's something to be said when the coach. This is the coach. Loxley isn't looking to go to not that he could go anyway, but this is where he wants to be.
Yep.
And there is something to be said for that.
So, are you still on the same boat with Lane Kiffin? You think where's Lane is the domino, right? He's the ultimate domino. So there's only 3 spots for him, right? There's Florida, there's LSU, and obviously they're staying at Ole Miss.
Yes.
Okay, so the Egg Bowl is this week, right?
Tomorrow.
Supposedly he's making his decision after the Egg Bowl.
Yes.
And where does this man wind up?
Florida. First of all, if they lose, there's no doubt he'll go to Florida, because LSU is a goddamn mess.
Yep.
And even knowing LSU is a better football program than Florida, it is a complete and utter, pardon my French, I'm allowed to say this, I think, is
you
a
are,
complete and utter shit.
For some reason, podcasts you can now curse. Every podcast I listen to now is like, Bill Simmons, fuck this and fuck that. And so here we are. So yes, we try and limit the language, but yes, you can say a shit show.
LSU is a goddamn shit show. You're dealing with a lawsuit with Brian Kelly.
Yep.
Over ridiculousness. The guy who brought him in is fired. There's no athletic director.
No, there is now.
Is there one?
New athletic director.
You have a governor. You have a governor who's decided he wants to be involved with the hiring. This is not a position. Look, it is a great position because it's the best fans in college football. They're perpetually a threat. They've won 3 titles in 15 years. Who wants to deal with the rest of this bullshit? When you don't have
it's the coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, it's actually a really good way to put it. And that's never what they've been before. So it's
And there's
lousy.
no chance he stays.
If they win, if they lose, he's out. If they win, I think it's harder because you have a team that could legitimately make a run, probably not to the championship, but will be in the playoff and we'll be a home team. We could win one or two. I do think long term you're probably better off in Florida, but the reality also is there's a lot less pressure at Ole Miss. You're going to get your 11 to 12 million dollars a year. Your family's there. If I were you, I wouldn't leave. But he's not. Well, he's not me.
Well, we all have egos, right? Every person has an ego. The question is to what extent you are willing to listen to your ego as opposed to not, right? Some of us want to get to the top of the mountain, and then once we get there, we may not like it as much, right? Some of us are content not being at the top of the mountain. Is Florida the top of the mountain?
Well, I think you have to look at it as what better jobs that are going to be available the next year or two.
Okay.
Alabama, most likely, assuming they don't lose to Auburn, Alabama is going to the playoff, which means the Boar is not going anywhere.
You think that if he loses to Auburn, he's gone?
I think they probably give him one more year. I could be wrong, but I think they give him one more year.
Okay, so A&M, which are the better jobs in Florida? A&M, right?
A&M is not a better job. Wait. A&M is not a better job. A&M is having a better year. And they just signed Elko to a 10-year.
I know. No, I'm asking I get that. You're asking which ones are coming up. And my response was,
Michigan.
I thought A&M was a better job.
Okay. I don't think A&M is a better job. Number one. Number two, there's not going to be an availability. I don't see Lane Kiffin as a Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State.
No, not one bit.
So realistically, the best jobs out there, the best jobs are Georgia. That's never going to be available.
Clemson?
I don't think Clemson's a great job. I think Clemson won a couple titles. I don't think it's a great job.
Florida State?
I mean,
because they're an ACC team. Because they're an ACC team. Okay, how about Texas?
Texas is a better job, but I don't think Sarkisian's leaving, and they're not firing him.
True.
So Texas is the rare job that is a top tier job, but doesn't have the pressure of an Alabama or an LSU. It has some, but not to the same degree. I mean, otherwise Sarkisian would be out if they lose to A&M because they would be out of the playoff. And there's no chance in hell he's out of a job. So
there's three jobs that are better than Florida, in your opinion. 2 or 3.
There's a couple. You can argue USC, even though they're on a kind of a downward spiral right now. But they owe Lincoln Riley $60 million. He's not going anywhere.
He ain't going anywhere.
So again, I think Michigan and Ohio State, I think Notre Dame are better jobs. I just don't think they're Lane Kiffin jobs.
Right. And Ryan Day is not going anywhere, and neither is Marcus Freeman. So that's 2 guys that are definitely not going anywhere. Look at me pulling out coaches. I give myself some.
Yeah, you're not exactly pulling out the Kurt Signettis here. You're pulling out like 2 of the 3 biggest names in college football right now. And people were talking about Todd Day going to the Jets last year. So it's not like.
Except it's not Todd Day. Hold on. Not Todd Day. It's Ryan Day.
Ryan Day. There you go.
Todd Day was the shooting guard for Arkansas. Yeah.
In the 90s. That is correct.
See? There you go.
Damn, you got me. That never happens.
Do you know why I know that? Because they beat Syracuse. So there you go. Todd Day and Corliss Williamson beat Syracuse.
No, I don't think that was the same team.
No? Okay.
No, Todd Day wasn't on that. Sorry, my battery's.
Ladies and gentlemen, Seth is now in the Blair Witch Project. He's out down to the basement. He's still in the Blair Witch. All I need is Jake to pop out of one of those doors, and I would just laugh, completely laugh. But anyway, Seth is going to his humble cave. Oh no, he came upstairs.
No, I came downstairs. I was upstairs.
Oh, you're upstairs. All right.
But now I can power up a little bit. So
all right. So Lane Kiffin is at Florida. Ole Miss probably goes where? I think it's got to be a coordinator, right? I mean, it's not a.
Sorry, say that again.
I said Lane Kiffin goes to Florida. Now Ole Miss
Kiffin
needs
leaves?
a new. Yeah. All right. He's powerful.
Well, the job then ends up. Sorry. Then the job ends up being kind of at the same tier as an Auburn job. So it's
that's probably 10 out of 12. I mean, that is in all the jobs that are open, it's probably one of the least attractive jobs.
Well, no, I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so. I think that here, I'm actually just pulling this up right now. Ole Miss top lane Kiffin replacement. I'm on the show, guys.
Okay, so right now,
LSU is reportedly. Wait, hold on. This is from Newsweek, so I don't know if this is real or not. LSU is reporting to offer a $98 million deal with a $25 million investment in NIL and recruiting.
Wait, LSU is going to give another $98 million on top of the.
Well, let's see. They don't put money towards education. They don't.
All right. So here are the vacancies right now: LSU, Florida, Penn State, Auburn, UCLA, Oklahoma State, Arkansas, Oregon State, and Cal. So let's assume that Ole Miss is vacant and Florida's off that list. Cal is not a better job than Ole Miss?
Oh God, no.
Oregon State. Hold on. Oregon State is not better than Ole Miss.
No.
Arkansas.
I don't think so.
Okay. Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State has a coach. They hired Zach Roberts.
Oh, they just signed their new coach. That's right. UCLA.
Excuse me, they hired Eric Morris. UCLA is not a better job, and also the guy who's going to go to UCLA is not someone who's going to go to Ole Miss.
I understand. Auburn.
I think Auburn's the same.
Okay, so you have two jobs that are better than Ole Miss then. That are
you have Florida, you have Penn State, or you have LSU.
Well, you have LSU and Penn State, right? Because Florida will be taken by Kiffin. That's where we're going with that.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
So you're looking at the same coaches that they're looking at all these places. You're looking at the big one everyone's talking about is, and he'll get an SEC job this year, is John Summerall, who's at Tulane.
Yep.
So they're talking about him for Auburn. Again, look, you have to make a decision whether, again, contingent on what happens, whether Ole Miss or Auburn is a better opportunity.
Sure. Yeah.
So,
all right.
Anyway.
No, you're absolutely right. That's 100% correct. Okay. So we've gotten to there, right? And now let's move on to a little bit onto the NFL, right? So tomorrow's games, good slate of games, believe it or not. One of the few times that all three games are pretty good, and that does help. What really helps? Well, it helps for us that don't exactly love Thanksgiving, but it does help when the Lions and Cowboys are both relatively good, as they are the mainstays on Thanksgiving. So we have the Packers and Lions. That's a great game, Seth, for the 12 o'clock game. That's fantastic. Okay.
That is a fun game.
The game that will probably break every television record ever, except for a Super Bowl, is the Chiefs and Cowboys, which is the middle game. even though the Cowboys are not great. The Chiefs are basically fighting for their lives at 6-5. And then you have the Bengals and Ravens. For some reason, it seems like the Ravens are always playing that night game on Thanksgiving. Is that now set in stone? Is that every year?
I don't know. I don't think so, but they've done it 3 or 4 times over the last 2 or 3 times over the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, I mean, I remember them playing the Jets at night.
I don't remember anything the Jets have done for the last 10 years.
Thanks. Yes, you do. You remember a butt fumble.
I do remember. Happy Thanksgiving.
You do remember something from Thanksgiving.
You can't remember the butt fumble because you weren't alive for the butt.
You weren't alive,
buddy.
You did. I had him watch it.
So Jake,
butt fumble. Take it Jake, all the way down for a touchdown.
Do you know the story of where Sean watched it?
Wait, I'm gonna say this. So we do reiterate this story every year at Thanksgiving. I was watching this game at Seth's over Thanksgiving. I went to Seth's parents' house, and Seth's parents were upstairs, and we're sitting downstairs watching the game, much like Seth's eating now. And I don't remember who. Mark Sanchez gets the ball. The Jets are losing anyway.
14-0.
It was bad, and they were not playing well. And Mark Sanchez runs into a guy's butt, fumbles the ball, returned for a touchdown. Sean gets up and says, "I'm out of here," and walks right out the door and drives back to Manhattan. I was done.
Daddy and Uncle and Grandpa were laughing hysterically. It was as was Grandma. Good fun for the family.
No. Let's be fair. Good fun for the Cayman's family, not good fun for all the family. This family, not so great. But we will retell that story every Thanksgiving because you know what?
Was the night before Thanksgiving and all through the house.
And all through the house. Not a creature was stirring, not even Mark Sanchez. And now Mark Sanchez may be on the end of another butt fumble, but it'll just be.
Wow. So, anyway. Yeah, they should be fun games. I will be probably having a fight to watch them, but they should be fun games. Thank God my parents are coming.
I think you'll be fine for the Ravens game. I'm just not sure that's the game you care about more than the other two. But we do have to see if Joe Burrow is going to come through for us, as we can use him as our ringer for the end. All right.
Dude, we're 3 points from being undefeated.
I know.
And it's not like I have a team that's 2-9. That's not problems.
Hold on. I do not want to be the Patriots who go 15-1 and then don't win the Super Bowl, or 16-0 and don't win the Super Bowl. It's all about the Super Bowl.
Wait, let's be honest here. What is this really about?
That's 100% right. I have never denied. Neither do you.
No.
Right. In fact, I would prefer to beat Nabate with Eastman Stick as my quarterback than I would with Joe Burrow. So, I mean, if we could bring back Eastman, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you flat out, I hope that Joe Burrow comes back and is the starting quarterback for the next 3 weeks, because that means that Joe Flacco will be dropped into free agency, and we will use $1 and go get Joe Flacco as our good luck charm for the remainder of this season, because we win with Joe Flacco. Joe Willie is our man. But very, very much, yes, I don't want to lose to Nabate. I will own that. I do not want to lose to Nabate. Okay, so the Mets made a trade this week.
Weird trade.
Depends on what you think. Oh, okay. Why do you view this as weird from an outsider? Because truth be told, you're not a Mets fan. You don't follow the Mets. You don't follow the Mets. You follow the Mets an ancillary, right? It's on the periphery. Okay, why from an outsider is this a weird trade?
Simeon is a 35-year-old second baseman, 36-year-old
Yes.
second baseman,
Yes.
who is past his prime,
Yes.
has 3 years left. I know Nemo's got 4 years left.
5
5
years
years
left.
Maybe then Simeon has 4 years left.
Simeon has 3. Nimmo has 5.
Do you really need second base help that badly?
Okay. So here's why in my opinion, here's why this trade is made.
You like the deal, first of all.
Yes, I'm in favor of the deal. Do I like the deal? Like is a strong word. I'm willing to give it I don't hate the deal. Let's put it that way. I think this deal has a chance of working out. Okay, so there are a couple of things here. First of all, number one, Pete Alonso is the worst fielding first baseman in baseball as far as range. He doesn't get anywhere. He scoops very well. He can't throw for crap, but he has absolutely no range at second base.
You have to throw as a first baseman.
Hold on. Yeah, well, the high throw last year tore Cody Senga's quad because he had to jump for the ball. So hold on. Is range? Can we acknowledge that range is kind of important for a first baseman? You have to be able to get the ball, right?
Yes.
Okay. Jeff McNeil is not a great second baseman defensively. Marcus Simeon is a Gold Glove second baseman.
True.
So you're improving the defense. Okay.
Agreed.
All right. Brandon Nimmo was 20 home runs, 80 RBIs. That's what he was. And a pretty poor outfielder. So you're improving the defense. And if you can get 15 and 60 out of Simeon, you've made it back in what you need. Also, 5 years and 20 million, 3 years and 72, I think it is, or 78. The money's a wash. You are reconfiguring the team. You are building it around defense more than you are offense. Do I think that this is the only move they make? No, I don't. I think this is a move that if you are going to re-sign Pete Alonso and you care about defense, you couldn't put Jeff McNeil back at second base. You needed to get a second baseman. This is your second baseman. Now you've opened up an outfield spot. It's a whole lot easier to find an outfielder than it is to find a second baseman. That's why they made the trade. They still need pitching. They still need Kyle Tucker in the outfield or an outfielder. They need something. So I don't think it was I think it was a surprise. I definitely didn't see. And I think it's a little disappointing if you're a Mets fan to go from David Wright. David Wright gave it to Brandon Nimmo, who's been the latest guy in that trend. And now who's the next guy? You guys are watching something, and I have no idea what you're watching.
No, Jake's just doing his. I'm not watching anything. Jake's just adjusting his fantasy team.
Oh,
so because he doesn't.
Okay.
It's a little trouble. He has a little trouble. How do I say this? Getting access to online.
So Jake, out of the 4 teams, where are you in your fantasy league?
First
place. How many teams make the playoffs? Wait, how many teams make the playoffs?
All 4.
I don't think there really is a playoff in this when you have 4 teams.
Because if I were you, I would lose every game the whole year and win the playoffs. I go 0-16 since all 4 make the playoffs.
No, I'm not.
Win the final 2 games.
No, I'm not doing that.
I don't think he finds that particularly interesting.
I find that weird.
I think you should invite Nabate Isles to be in your league next year. Actually, no, invite Nabate Isles' daughter to be in your league next year and see if she wins. And invite Nabate, and I'd love to see if Nabate would beat his daughter in fantasy. I think he's a little bit competitive. So, anyway. All right. So Jake, I have a question for you. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So tomorrow is what holiday?
Thanksgiving.
Okay. So of all your sports teams, your favorite sports teams, first of all, what shirt are you wearing? What's that kit?
It's It's Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. Okay.
Not football.
So for all your sports teams, what is the one player that you are thankful is on your sports teams? Who are you most thankful for?
My fantasy?
No. For
No.
your real team.
No,
You. Oh my God! I'm not sure what to say because.
Well, Jake, think of it this way: all your real teams stink except one. So you may want to be thankful for the best player on that one team.
Yep. Pretty sure I'm thinking of that one team.
So who are you most thankful for?
Aaron Judge.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. As a guy that doesn't have an Aaron Judge, I completely understand being thankful for Aaron Judge. So Seth, what I think you're most thankful for the entertainment of Jameis Winston this year.
Pretty much, and Scatabo and Dart. They've been interesting.
You got exactly what you wanted out of Jameis Winston this year.
Yes, I did. He's been
Hi,
great.
Carl.
Look at my
Wait.
domestic wearing her apron.
I was just gonna say, is Carly in an apron?
Why am I in an apron?
You know that. You know what that pose is? No, Seth. She's got the same pose as the girl at Wall Street. She just put her hands on her hips. You know the little girl outside of One Wall Street. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
Not a clue. I watched the movie 7 years ago. I have no right.
No, not the movie.
Next in front of the ball.
Not the movie. Wow.
$50.
Seth, when's the last time you were at Wall Street?
Me?
I used to work there,
Carly, you
I
haven't
know.
worked there in 20 years.
but I did.
20 years ago. Who cares?
Yeah, but she knew what the statue was. You did not.
Whatever. Guys,
It's a family affair.
Okay.
Where's Morgs?
Morgan.
Wait, where's Morgs?
Turn around.
Morgan, can you? Sean wants you on the video for a minute. Can you come over here?
Morgan, come on.
Everyone else has been on. Okay, guys.
This is like Thanksgiving for the Caymans family. Hey, Morgan.
Morgan. Uncle Sean is calling.
Morgan.
You know what's in her
Happy
hand?
Thanksgiving, Morgan. Happy Thanksgiving, Morgan.
We're both getting a prize. For
Is
He
that a
doesn't get
boo-boo?
anything.
Daddy paid for it.
Your kids on your lap.
Bam!
Daddy did get you. Hey, Jake, you know what Daddy got? So you guys got presents like that. Daddy got a
So
credit
I
card
just
bill.
opened this back. I
So
got
Nice.
what?
I'm hosting a show. Mommy, not helpful. Mommy doesn't really care about the show.
So Morgan,
Morgs.
are we playing tennis these days? Are we playing tennis?
Yes.
Is that a Labubu?
Yeah. This is what I got.
I don't know what that is. That's a
A
basketball.
Stephen Castle Revolution basketball card.
No?
Not
Okay.
as much as
And
my
Morgan got a
Dr.
Labubu.
Jackson. Got 50.
Okay, so Morgan, this is one of our more interesting shows. Morgan, what are you thankful for this year?
Probably our Labubus.
What are you thankful? Morgan's got a voice. Morgan, what are you thankful for? Can't hear you.
She's thankful for her Labubus.
You
Not thankful for the
Labubu?
people who bought her the Labubus.
I'm thankful that I'm not getting the credit card bill for the Labubus.
What about Daddy's credit card bill? Why my
It's
hair
filled
is
with
so-
Labubus. It's filled with Labubus. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a wrap right here.
Should wait before we do. You want to spend a minute or two and talk about, first of all, apparently the Angels are buying out Anthony Rendon. What a great contract that was.
Worst
There's ever
contract
been someone who deserves never to play again that did not do anything drug related or criminal related. I guess you can really say has stolen $250 million from the Angels. It's probably him.
Remember, Anthony Rendon at certain times has said, I really don't like playing baseball. So,
Yes.
and
That's why I say good riddance.
and he has a lot of Artie Monero's money. Yeah, a lot of money. So, and he's expected to retire because why would you not after $260 billion? So
I would.
Best of luck to Anthony Rendon. We are thankful.
Who cares?
We are thankful you are no longer in the Major League Baseball. That is where we would go with that. I will tell you flat out, I am thankful, first of all, for the success of our fantasy league team, as it gives me something to root for in the football season when the rest of the year was kind of shot. I am also thankful for those that listen and watch this show. If they're well, right now we got one, so I'll go with the one. Whoever that one is.
Hey, Mark. I'm assuming it's
Mark or Mike. Thanks so much for joining. It may be Carly in the kitchen. Actually,
believe me, it's Carly. We've hosted the show for 13 years. Carly has never watched an episode.
No, she's guest starred a couple of times. She gets no royalties, none whatsoever, for her guest appearances. But thankful to the listeners and the viewers, and thankful to my co-host. Thanks to my co-host as always. This is a great hour that we spend with you guys every week, or most weeks, if nothing else. Next week we're going to be on probably Friday. Well, due to circumstances beyond our control, or more importantly, circumstances in Jake's control, but circumstances not in ours. And and I am thankful for the Islanders and the Knicks for giving me playoff quality teams, playoff quality basketball and hockey more than 1 month into the season. Something I have not been able to say for the Jets for the last 14 years.
Yeah, I've got nothing right now. All right. No, I'm thankful I have kids who have enough fun to beat me up all the time.
There you go.
Because it's enjoyable. The show is great, as it always has been for the last, I think we started this in 2010, 2011. I think it predates my company. It predates my wife. It predates my kids, my house. It predates me not having hair. The only consistency, I believe, is I don't remember if we started it full time after the Giants won their Super Bowl.
No, before.
Okay, we were there for the Super Bowl. I was going to say then. Yeah, it's been a nice run and continues to be. And for all the listeners, I mean, joking aside, we know there are people who watch on YouTube and listen on Apple and on Spotify and all everything else. We appreciate it. And hopefully you have as much fun listening as we enjoy doing it.
And I just got a text. Hi, Mike. Nice to see you. All right, buddy. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. And we'll see each other next week on Friday. Have a good one, everybody.
Have a good one, everybody. Bye.